Good afternoon, Shea educators. This is a quick tutorial in Skyward on how to post grades and CCAs, add comments, and overrides for the end of the year for both seniors and lower classmen as well. First off, I'm using Miss Grady. Thank you for allowing us to utilize your account. We're in her secondary grade post status screen. You'll notice that there's this little radio box posting complete. You do not have to mark all as complete. You do not have to do this anymore. Skyward automatically will pull the rolling average of the grade, so you do not need to do this. So the first thing we're going to do is open up a class. You'll notice right here in S2 there's an options radio button. Click on that options, the drop down, and you want to select Enter Semester 2 Grade Adjustments. And in this particular case, the student here received a 79. Miss Grady wanted that student to have an 80. So what she did was she placed the 80, the new grade, in this box. This is the adjustment. And now the new grade is now a 79.5, which is rounded up to an 80, is now an 80. She did the same thing with this student, Amarni, looks like is an 89. They want the 89 to be a 90, so she placed a 90 in there. And as an end result, the student's grade is now an A-. Click Save. Make sure you click Save. The next piece is how to enter the CCAs. You'll notice there's a column here, CA2. Click on Options. Enter Semester Exam CA2 scores. And right here is where you'd actually place the score, a 1, 2, or 3, or 4. This is a placeholder for accountability purpose so that we can identify those students who do not have a completed CCA. This is where you would input that information, and of course you can always override it with one of these options. Click back. Now if you have a situation where the student has a medical exemption, where you input that information, again is going back to S2, click Options, enter Semester 2 Grade Adjustments, and to the right here where it says Override, use that drop down arrow and you can select one of these options. Once again, don't forget to click Save. And the last thing that we'll review is posting comments, which is the same process as we did with the Q3. Clicking on Posting, click Post Comments. And we're going to be posting comments for Semester 2. And we will be adding one comment for academics and one comment, for behavior. Click back. Once you've completed and populated all of these, you can either do by default, it'll populate all of them. Click Save and back. Make sure there's 2 comments. And lastly, if you notice here on this particular grade, you'll see the Q4 is a 36 and the term grade S2 is also a 36. These numbers should be identical. If you input a score on the CCA, a 1, 2, or 3, or 4, and you notice that this score has changed, please let us know ASAP. It should not be averaged in at all. This is just a placeholder for accountability purposes. With that being said, the CCA or final exam, depending on how you created your gradebook for that semester 2, you'll notice in this case Miss Grady's final exam appears to be the CCA itself. So therefore she created her own category as it's represented in green. It's worth 100 points, and the average score of all the assessments happens to be a 69.08. I'm sure the 0 brought down that average overall, and it counts as the final and the CCA. And what she'll have to do is take that 67, assuming that is reflective of a 2 or a 3, I'm not sure. She will then go into CCA2, enter it, and put the numerical 2 or 3. But this column here will not average into the overall grade. This column does, which is embedded inside of the gradebook for S2. This is not. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to email me and let me know. Thanks.